Hello everyone and welcome to All Things Watched. In this video we are going to talk about the brand new movie Challengers. And I'm just going to tell you straight off the bat, I'm definitely swimming against the tide with this review, but I'm going to say that I was not a fan of this movie. In fact, I thought it was a really bad movie, especially considering the cast. And the first thing that came to my mind after I watched the movie was I can see why they call it Challengers, because it was a challenge to get through this movie. But essentially this movie mainly stars Zendaya, who portrays a character known as Tashi Donaldson, or Tashi Donaldson, and then of course the two other main stars is Josh O'Connor and Mike Feist, I believe, or Feist, is that how you pronounce his name, or Feist? I could be butchering it, but either way, he plays, Mike portrays a character known as Art Donaldson, and Josh O'Connor portrays a character known as Patrick Zweig. And essentially these two are best friends, and I would even go even further and say that they're really more like brothers. They literally do everything together, and all three of these characters are professional tennis players, hence the name Challengers and whatnot. And basically, Zendaya's character is someone who was always playing tennis her whole life until she sort of suffers a certain injury, which is not really a big spoiler. You know, you'll learn that relatively early on in the movie, or at least, you know, probably around the midway point, I think roughly. And so she ends up, you know, getting this injury where she's no longer able to actually play, at least not on a professional level. She really hurts her knee, messes it up really badly, and so she sort of has to step away from the game. Now, she is so in love with tennis that really tennis has become her life, and this is something that actually plays a lot on her relationship with Art, which is actually her husband in the movie, because of the fact, like, you know, he loves tennis too, but he loves her more, and sometimes you almost get the impression that Tash cares more about the game than her husband. At least that's sometimes how it's implied. And so, you know, you have these two phenomenal players, one who can no longer play and one who can play, and so Tash sort of becomes like this coach, and she actually coaches, well, sometimes it seems like she coaches both of the friends, but it seems like she really mainly coaches Art, or at the very least, I don't know if she was officially his coach, but she is a coach in the movie. And then also she's very much like an elevator, or she's very much a motivation for Art. You know, she's always pushing him, wanting him to do better, and whatnot. But you know, when we're seeing the whole story unfold, we're getting flashbacks and stuff. We're seeing how all three of these characters, you know, have made their way up to, you know, this level of tennis, and also seeing a little bit about their personal lives. And what you learn is that Zendaya's character Tash actually was dating both of the friends, not necessarily at the same time, but she did have a moment where she dated Patrick, and then also, well, you know, at the end of the movie, and also you find out very early on in the movie that she actually marries Art. But Patrick sort of always had a thing for her, and I think even towards the end of the movie he still sort of has a thing for her, and you can tell when he's playing he's still sort of trying to, you can tell that it's almost like he's dedicating his match, because the whole game, really, the whole movie, you're focused on this one single game, which is kind of like the Ultimate Championship, or the Challengers Cup, or whatever it is. And you know, you can tell, and then the movie is told in that sequence where you see the present day is that match between the two friends who have both dated Zendaya's character Tash. But while you're seeing the game, and you know, during certain parts of the game, you're getting the flashbacks and being filled in, getting all the blanks filled in about the past. And so it's almost like you have this love triangle. It's almost like Tash, you know, was in love with both Patrick and Art, but then she marries Art, and then Art and Patrick sort of drift apart for whatever reasons. You know, you'd have to watch the movie, I don't want to spoil everything. And so they end up drifting apart, and of course Tash stays with Art. But then when you get to the final match, which technically is the present day, the Challengers Cup, you know, you have Zendaya sort of literally sat right in the middle, almost right where the line is, right where the net is in the tennis court. And then you have these two rivals who are also two ex-best friends, because they're not best friends anymore, but they're also both Tasha's exes, because she has dated them both. And so the whole movie really is about this one game, the Challengers Cup, and it's about, but also it is all sort of surrounding this love triangle that Zendaya's character Tash has had, you know, in the past, and with Mark and Art, or with Art and Patrick. And that's essentially what the whole movie is about. It's about this Challengers Cup, and you learn that the two rivals are fighting not just for the cup, but it's seems like they're fighting, both sides are fighting to impress Zendaya's character. And I just thought it was so, for me, I just thought it was so anticlimactic. I didn't even really think the performances were all that great. and there was one scene. I'm going to be honest with you. There's one scene in the movie when it's supposed to be like a love scene. I guess Zendaya is with one of the brothers. I won't say or one of the friends. I won't say which one, but she's with one of them, and it's like she was about to sleep with him. Of course, they were about to have sex, and Zendaya is there. She pretty well has nothing on. Like, she's just wearing like a pair of underwear, and like, you can tell she's not wearing a bra or anything. And because of Zendaya being so young, and also because of the roles that she's taken before, like she's playing, she's like MJ in the new Spider-Man in the MCU and stuff like that, I almost felt uncomfortable seeing Zendaya in that setting, seeing her, exposing her body so much, and almost made me feel uncomfortable because she does look so young. And so that really, I think for me, that really took me out of the movie. I don't like seeing Zendaya that exposed. Like I said, I mean, she's significantly younger than me anyways, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I felt uncomfortable, even though she's of age and she's old enough, she can do these things, and there's nothing wrong with actors or actresses showing their bodies. I mean, let's be honest, most actors are beautiful anyways, both men and women, or whatever they identify as. Most actors are beautiful. That's a part of being a celebrity. A part of being a star is that they're attractive, they're good looking. That's why they're stars. People go because they want to see them, and I have nothing wrong with actors exposing their bodies, but I just felt like with Zendaya specifically, I just felt uncomfortable. It really took me out of the movie. But overall, I did find the movie quite boring. I found it very anticlimactic, and I really didn't like seeing Zendaya, almost wearing nothing, so to speak. I just felt uncomfortable watching it, and honestly, I wasn't even really interested in the story. Even the story itself, the romantic side, I thought could have been told a little bit better. And I know I'm swimming against the tides here. I know this movie has gotten really good reviews, but for me, it just didn't do it. But that's the cool thing about film. It's all subjective. I hope you've seen it and absolutely loved it. Me, I couldn't get into it. I wasn't a fan. But it's okay, like I said, I hope you've seen it and I hope you loved it. But anyways, folks, that's my review of Challengers. So let me know in the comment section below if you've seen it, and if you liked it, tell me why or why not. If you like this video, click that subscribe button, and until the next one, take care.